Hello, welcome back to part 3 of my CD collection, and I know these videos are kind of in chunks, but I have so many CDs that it's better than doing like an hour video because people are not going to sit and watch that. So we just got up to my Kylie collection, like we just finished that in my last video. So now I'm on to my next section, and this is Lady Gaga Art Pop. So I love this album. This is a recent album as well. And I would give this album a 10 out of 10, but there's one track on here that I really hate. And I'm sorry, but it's Jewels and Drugs, featuring T.I., Too Short and Twista. Now, a lot of people have said they don't like this track, and I'm not surprised really, because it's just, I don't know, I saw it live on the iTunes festival thing, and it was just a mess. It was just people rapping, and then Lady Gaga would come in for the chorus, and people would be rapping again, and it'd be like, Jewels and Drugs, baby, and it would just be like, I was like, what is the point of that song? It just sounds like she just got a load of rappers together in a room and said, right, you need to rap about that, you need to do this bit, you do this, and I'll just put my bit in where I think it needs to go. So I think that's the only song on there that I think should not have been put on the album. She could have put a different song that's maybe unreleased onto there, and it would have made me give it a 10 out of 10. So that's why it's got a 9 out of 10 for this one. But apart from that, this is like my favourite one that she's done. Every Gaga album gets better each time in my opinion. I think my favourite ones are Venus, GUI, Manicure, Do What You Want, Swine, and Gypsy, I think, and Applause, but there's so many. So yeah, brilliant job with that. And it's also got the iTunes DVD performance in because it's the deluxe version. So everyone go and grab a copy of that because you're missing out if you haven't got it. Born This Way, this is the deluxe version as well, because I noticed that she put so much more into this than the standard edition. And I always buy the deluxe versions if I know that they're there, because I just think, what is the point of buying a standard version when there's a deluxe version with extra tracks on? It just doesn't make sense to me. And this has also got remixes on as well, which is quite cool. I really enjoy Born This Way, Judas, Americano, Shive, I don't know how you pronounce that, but I was like obsessed with that. Like me and my friend used to send texts to each other saying like, I can't speak German but I can if you like, or whatever. I don't speak German but I can if you like. We kind of got like an obsession with that. So that's like my favourite on there. So that is that one. And I have Lady Gaga The Fame Monster, because I didn't get the Fame when it came out, because I kind of discovered Lady Gaga a little bit after everyone else. Like my friend told me about it at school, but then I sort of listened to her and was like, oh yeah, she's okay, kind of thing. And then I think like a few months or like a year later, I kind of got into the hype of being like a little monster, whatever. So this has got the Fame and the Fame Monster in one. And the Fame, like, it's good, but there's some songs on there that I don't particularly like as much as other songs. Like Again, Disco Heaven, Summer Boy, Brown Eyes, Paper Gangster, Money Honey, those sort of ones I don't particularly enjoy as much as some of the songs on there, and that's just my personal opinion. It's just, like, Gaga's voice is incredible, but it's just not my type of thing. Like, I still listen to them, they're just not my favourite. Next one is Little Mix, DNA. And again, I've only got the standard one of this, because I didn't know, I couldn't find the deluxe version anywhere. So I ended up just getting the standard and getting the rest of the deluxe songs. But again, Little Mix is actually one of my favourite girl groups, and I think it's good that they won X Factor and we've got a new girl group, because we need more girl groups, because they just seem to be filling up with boy bands at the minute. So it's good that there's a girl group out there, and they've just got such upbeat songs. It's just the voices and the beats and everything are just on top form on this album. So well done to Little Mix. And I've also got Salute. And I think this is the only version of this, I think this might be the deluxe. Oh, this is the deluxe version, sorry. So it's got extra tracks, and there's only 4 extra tracks, which are See Me Now, They Just Don't Know You, Stand Down, and Little Me, the unplugged version. So again, you're not missing a lot if you don't get the deluxe version, but again, I always think it's just better too. Didn't enjoy this one as a DNA one, just because the DNA one had so many good sort of upbeat tracks. On this one it had a lot more sort of slower, sort of more serious, but I think that's because they're sort of growing as a band and stuff, so it's kind of, they've kind of got into that sort of doing different styles, which is fine really. My next one is the Matt Cardle When We Collide single. Don't know why I've got this, because I did like the single, but I really don't like Matt Cardle's music. It's kind of too depressing for my liking. Like, his album was too depressing, but this one's got When We Collide, Just the Way You Are, First Time Ever I Saw Your Face, and Nights in White Satin. I only really bought it for When We Collide because I think he did a really good cover of Biffy Clyro's original song. I can't remember the actual name of the song without stopping and thinking. So, yeah. But that's that. I just got the Matt Cardle single. This one is Make Do Amend End Measured Mile. Again, I got this from the Rock Sound magazine, so haven't really heard it much. So it's got Unlowingly Strong, Ghost All, Transparencies, Keep This, Night Sail and Time of Day. I haven't really listened to it much. It was okay, I think. I wasn't a massive fan of it, so yeah. Right, this is my McFly section now, and if people know me, they know that McFly is my all-time favourite band, so I could talk a little bit about this for a while, so I apologise. But the first one is the McFly 10th anniversary concert at the Royal Albert Hall, which is from last year, because obviously they celebrated their 10th anniversary last August, so this is from them, and it's just, again, McFly always make me happy. There's not a lot I can say that I dislike about them at all. I don't think there's anything, in fact, that I dislike about them. So it's just, and this had the first seeing of Busted, Matt and James from Busted on here, and that's how McBusted, I think, came together. And it's also got the DVD in one, so really good. And yeah, there's not a lot I can say because it's the live CD, and it's just absolutely incredible. And I love McFly the Musical, which is obviously exclusive to this because it's when they did it at the Royal Albert Hall, and it's like a 9-minute song, and it's Tom doing a McFly life story in a musical version. So it goes from when they first met to now, kind of thing. So it's really good. If you're not a McFly fan, but you like that kind of thing, please give it a listen because it is an absolutely fantastic song, and I can't stop listening to it. So the next one is Above the Noise. Now, being a McFly fan, I know that a lot of people don't like this album as much as the other albums, and I actually agree. Like, it is the least favourite album that they've done. Like, don't get me wrong, the songs are good on it, but it's just so weak compared to their other stuff. Like, I Need a Woman, I just really can't gel with that song that well. Like, it's a good song, but for me it's not a McFly sounding song. Like, it sounds too sort of rushed. Like, a lot of the album seems rushed. I think the only songs that don't sound that rushed are End of the World, Party Girl, Shine a Light, and That's the Truth. I think all the others sound a little bit too rushed, but that, like, Dougie did leave halfway through, so that's probably why a lot of the songs do sound a little bit weird. But I'm hoping they release album 6 soon, because we've been waiting ages. It's been written for like a year and it's still not released yet. So if anyone wants to get in touch with McFly and just tell them that we're all waiting for album 6, that would be great, thank you. The Radioactive album. Now, I still can't pick out of my favourite albums from Room on the Third Floor, Radioactive, Wonderland, or Bubble Wrap. Not Bubble Wrap, or Motion in the Ocean. Bubble Wrap's just a song on there. I don't have Wonderland or Motion in the Ocean physically. I know, I'm a McFly fan and I don't have all the albums. I'm sorry, they're on my iTunes, but I do have them, they're just on my iTunes. This has also got a DVD in this one, so it's got from like On the Road with McFly 2008, Down Under, The Making of Radioactive and Promoting Radioactive. But this, I think this is so good because it's when McFly went independent label, and you can so tell because it's just everything that they want to do. Like Lies, like the video as well for Lies is just insane. One for the Radio, Everybody Knows, they're just so rock songs. They're just, I think this is probably one of my favourite just because it's just kind of the rocky kind of music that I'm into. And it's just, I wish they'd do another album like this because this one was so good. It's definitely there as my top 2. I just can't make my mind up which is my favourite. And then I've got McFly, Room on the Third Floor, and this was obviously their first ever release. So I was, again, 11 when this came out. Well, it's 2004, so yeah, 11. But when they first released Five Colours in a Hair, I was 9, because I wasn't quite 10, and then the album came out a bit later. So again, I really enjoy this album. Still to this day, I have this on my iPod and I still enjoy this album every day that I listen to it. There's Five Colours in Her Hair. I mean, who doesn't love that song? Obviously. Room on the Third Floor, That Girl, Hypnotised, Saturday Night. All of them are just incredible. Like Surfer Babe as well. Old McFly, I think, is, you know, so good. Like, and they're really good now. But Old McFly, there's just something about Old McFly that just makes you feel so good inside. Just my personal opinion, but everyone has to listen to this album. It's just so good, and you know, McFly will always make you happy, I always say. So yeah, that's my McFly selection, and I'm sorry that I don't own all of them physically. And my next one is Mike Dignam. This is Paint, and I actually got this free when I went to the 5 Seconds of Summer gig, which I mentioned in my haul video, and I saw him because he was a support act, and I thought it was pretty good, so I was like, oh, I might as well pick up a CD of his, and I'm actually really enjoying it. Like Great Escape, You Got Me, Keep Up Lady, I think they're my favourite ones on there, and he's kind of a little bit Ed Sheeran-y, so if people like Ed Sheeran, go and check out Matt Dignam because he is absolutely incredible, and he's just about to release a new EP or album. I'm not sure if it's an EP or album, so go along and check that out. Right, on to my Miley Cyrus. Miley Cyrus Breakout. I actually quite enjoyed this. She even covered Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Obviously not as good as the original version, but it's there, and it was kind of good. It was alright. I think she did that See You Again as well from like when she was really young. So yeah, this was quite good. Don't think you need to go and check that out though. And I've got At the Time of Our Lives, and this was actually really good, but she didn't put enough tracks on. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tracks, and I think what you paid for it wasn't really, you don't need to pay that much for 8 tracks. But I think Time of Our Lives, Obsessed, Kicking and Screaming, and Part in the USA, top ones on there. Pretty decent album actually, so you can always go and find that. And then I've got Now 61, Now 62, and Now 65, and they're just the ones with different chart musics on, so can't really give you a review of those, but yeah, I bought those because I wanted some of the chart songs on there, and it was back in the day when I didn't download music and that, because that wasn't really the in thing then. So I've got Olly Murs, his actual Olly Murs self-titled, Olly Murs Right Place Right Time as well, and again, just the standard editions of these. Couldn't find this one deluxe version anywhere, and I think this was just a standard one anyway. I don't think it came as a deluxe one. Again, I love Olly Murs so much. Every album he's done is brilliant. I do have the In Case You Didn't Know, but that's just not a physical copy. So yeah, that one. Okay, this is my One Direction collection, so I apologise if people don't like One Direction. I've got the Midnight Memories, Deluxe, Take Me Home, and the Up All Night, so you can tell that I've got every single album. The Midnight Memories one is probably the best one for me. Like, I think it's the best album that they've done so far. Like, the Story of My Life video is just such a great video. I mean, if it doesn't make you feel something, then I don't know. But yeah, the best song ever, Story of My Life, Diana, Midnight Memories, Don't Forget Where You Belong, also written by McFly. So yeah, Through the Dark, Little White Lies, Better Than Words. You know, they're the top songs on there. And I know a lot of people don't like One Direction, but I actually do enjoy their music, and I think it's pretty decent. So, and I've got the Take Me Home, again the standard edition, but I do have the deluxe version on the computer. And I like Live While We're Young, Kiss You, Little Things, Heart Attack, I Would, written by McFly, and Back For You. So they're the top ones on there. And the Up All Night one, again just a standard one, because I didn't actually know there was a deluxe version to this one, and I got it bought by a friend for Christmas, so she only got me the standard one. I like What Makes You Beautiful, One Thing, Up All Night, Tell Me a Lie, Everything About You, Stole My Heart. I think they're like my top ones on there. Just a quick one. This is Panic at the Disco, Too Weird to Live, Too Bad to Die. And I love Panic at the Disco, and what I really love about Panic at the Disco is every album is different. Every single album they release, it doesn't sound like them. The first one, yeah. The second one was like, oh, is that Panic at the Disco? Vices and Virtues, that didn't sound anything like them. And then this one. And again, this is another 10 out of 10 album, because every track is just incredible on there. So well done to you, Brendan Urie, because that is one hell of an album, and everyone should definitely listen to this. like This Is Gospel, Miss Jackson, Vegas Lights, Girls That You Love, Nicotine, Girls, Girls, Boys, Casual Affair, all of them basically, just absolutely fantastic tracks, and I can't stop listening to this album at all, so yeah. Then I got the Paramore album, and again I have the other Paramore albums on my computer, and I saw that people gave this a lot of stick as well online, and I actually pretty like it. I think it's pretty decent. I mean, some of the songs are a little bit not Paramore-y, but I think they've done a pretty good job to say that they had to, you know, they lost 2 members of the band. So, yeah, well done to Paramore for that. Please go and give it a listen, because I think, you know, they do deserve to have a little bit of people to listen to them if you are a fan of them. It might not be your thing, but just go and give it a listen, see what you think. Right, this is where I went through a weird phase. You remember the Pop Party CDs? Well, I kind of went through a phase. I've got Pop Party, Pop Party 2, Pop Party 3, Pop Party 4, Pop Party 5, Pop Party 6, and Pop Party 7, and then I stopped because I think I got too old. Yeah, I got to about 15 and decided I don't need any more Pop Party albums. So, yeah, these were just like the Now CDs with like the chart music on, so there's not a lot of reviews I can do for that. And then I got the CDs from the Rock Sounds that came free with the magazine. So all these, so they've got things on like All Time Low, Francesca Amorosa, God Is an Astronaut, The Blackout, Protest the Hero, something like that, The Devil Wears Prada, All Pigs Must Die, Rise to Remain, The Used, Every Time I Die, Your Demise, Anti-Flag, Fearless Vampire Killers, Lower Than Atlantis, Sacred Mother Tongue, Shadows Chasing Ghosts. So things like that. If you're into things like that, then you could always find some of the songs online, or I could even give some away because I don't really listen to them at all. Okay, we're nearly there now. The next one is the Saturdays Word Shaker, and I really quite like the Saturdays. Just a feel-good girl group, I think. Not my favourite girl group, but they're there, and I think the album's pretty decent. This is a pretty new one, Meet the Vamps, and as you saw in my whole video, I did say I was a massive fan of the Vamps, and I got their new album, and I actually do quite like it. Like, there's more songs that I enjoy than others, like most albums, like Wild Heart, Last Night, Somebody to You, Girls on TV, Oh Cecilia, High Hopes, and Dangerous. I think they're like the top ones that I like. If you do like the Vamps, or you don't really know who the Vamps are, go and give them a check out online, because they are pretty good, and I saw them because they were McFly's support band, so that's how I got into them. Okay, the next two are The Wanted, and obviously The Wanted are now not together either, but yeah, The Wanted are okay. I wouldn't say they're the best band ever. The albums were okay, not gonna say that they were great, because they weren't, and I don't particularly like The Wanted as people, but that's a different video. And my last one is the You-Me-86 Hold Me Down, and I'm a massive You-Me-86 fan, but this is the only album again that I have physically. But I really enjoyed The Consequence, Underdog, Safer to Hate Her, Liquid Confidence, Hard to Swallow. Contagious Chemistry is my favourite of this album. If I could have a moment, please, then I'll bring you to your knees. That one. Just a bit of singing there. So yeah, that is my favourite one on the You-Me-86 album, and that is everything. That is my entire CD collection. And I know these videos were a little bit long, I do apologise, you don't have to watch them. I don't know if this will even get uploaded, but if it did, please, please, please leave a comment if there's anything you want me to review, albums wise, TV shows, anything like that. I would love to do that. Yeah, leave a comment on any opinions you have on any of the albums, because I'm sure there's people out there that disagree with things that I've said, so I'd love to know some of your opinions in there. Like, comment, subscribe if you did enjoy. I'm going to try and do more YouTube videos because I'm feeling a little bit creative these days. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.